Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. Root Beer here with another Euclid math contest, the 2009 Euclid contest to be precise. If you'd like a copy of this contest to, have at home to practice, maybe do with a parent or a friend or a coach or something like that, you can click the very first link down in the description and get a copy of the 2009 Euclid for yourself. The second link that you can find in the description takes you to the University of Waterloo Center for Education in Mathematics and Computing website, which is a bit of a mouthful, but they're the folks who make the contests, and you can find all sorts of contests there. If the Euclid's a bit too difficult for you, you can try an earlier contest. If you don't like written, they have many multiple choice type contests, and you can try and find something that suits you. Just have fun with it. Okay? Now, the Euclid's the big scholarship paper, so we want to try and do well. We want to write our solutions well, and we want to think through the questions and get some good marks. We have 2.5 hours to write our Euclid, if we're writing this here. I will certainly go over that time, but that's because I'll be explaining things. And remember, calculators are allowed here. Let's not cross out permitted, let's underline permitted. Okay, so you bring your calculator. It can certainly help for rounding questions. They don't have many of those, but, they do pop up from time to time to the nearest tenth, to the nearest centimeter, those sorts of things. So there are short answer questions where if you're actually writing the contest, you just need to write your answer down in the booklet. And then there are written solution ones where everything has to be justified. If you're, using a circle theorem or the Pythagorean theorem or something, say what you're doing. You got to show all your work for those questions. And so they're the written solution part of this contest. Other than that, there's 10 questions, and they tend to increase in difficulty. So 1 is usually the easiest, then 2, and so on. 10 is usually quite challenging. There it is. We've got some plates equally spaced around a table, but we'll get to that. In the first video, we're just going to go through question number 1, the next video question 2, and so on. Okay. So, as is standard, we have 3 parts here, A, B, and C, with a nice little written part down here, just to give us a taste of written at the start of the contest. But for A, a line has equation 6x plus 3y minus 21 equals 0. What is the slope of the line? So this type of a line is generally called the standard form or general form sometimes, but most people are more familiar with the y equals mx plus b form. So that's what we're going to put it into because you can easily read off the slope. Okay, so we have 6x plus 3y minus 21 equals 0. All right, well, we should just have y on its own, so we'll bring the 6x and the 21 over to the other side. Divide by 3. We get minus 2x plus 7, so slope here is going to be minus 2. Okay, very short, and we'd put minus 2 in the box provided in the answer booklet. All right, B. A line with slope of 3 passes through the points 1, 0, and 5c. What is the value of c? Okay. How does slope relate to 2 points on a line? And you'll find that quite often question 1 is about sort of lines. Rarely it's about parabolas. And so it's sort of grade 9 level, and you can absolutely write this contest if you're younger than grade 12. It's great practice if you're doing it in grades 10 and 11. Well, how does slope relate to things? Slope is rise over run. And how do we calculate these? It's the difference in y coordinates minus the difference in x coordinates. Make this y a bit more apparent. Sometimes this is written as delta x over delta y. Or sorry, delta y over delta x. I wrote it the right way. I didn't say it the right way. It's late tonight. All right, so we've got, what points? We've got c and 0 are our y coordinates. And you just need to keep the order of them correct. So since I listed c first, c was paired with 5. All right. So we put the 5 below the c, and then I think it was 1. Yeah, 1. Okay. So on top we're going to have c. We're going to have c over 4, and that's the slope. And what was the slope? Well, they told us it was 3. So if we just multiply through by 3, we get c is going to be 12. There we go. Not much to that one. Again, short, simple answer. Okay. And now, C part, where we need to be a bit more careful. The point KK lies on the line segment AB, shown in the diagram. AB is shown, but KK certainly isn't. Okay. We want to determine the value of KK. Okay. Well, I've got A and B. We've got a line between them. Okay, well, we can figure out the equation of the line. So A is at 0, 4, and B was at... I think there was an 8 in there. I want to say it was 8 and then negative 4. Let's double check. Yep, 8, negative 4. Okay, fantastic. So let's get the slope. Again, rise over run. So it's going to be, doesn't matter which order you pick the numbers, as long as you keep the order of the numbers the same. So we get negative 8 over 8. And that's going to be, oops, not 0. I added the 2. Man, it is late. Wow. Alright, so we get negative 1 for our slope, and then we just need to use either one of these points, and we can figure out B. Of course, we have A right here, and it is the y-intercept, so it's going to give us the B without much thought. So y equals mx plus b, and we're going to get negative x plus 4. You might make the comment A is the y-intercept, just to explain where the 4 came from. Alright, so now that I have the equation of the line, I know KK is on the line. So that means it satisfies the equation. So K is the same as negative K plus 4. And that turns into, bring the other K, the two K's over together. So we get 2K is equal to 4. So K is equal to 2. And I have the right answer, but I've also justified it. I've explained how am I doing the calculation. KK is on the line. What line? Well, I just figured out the equation for the line. Okay? Not a whole lot needs to go into it, but you do need to show your work. And that finishes up question number 1 quite nicely. In the next video, I'll be going through question number 2, and then question number 3, and so on, all the way up to question number 10, which involves some plates, apparently, but we'll find out in the future. Okay? So have a read through the contest, get a copy for yourself, try it out for yourself, and I'll see you guys for question number 2.